So the next technique is being mindful of your mind. A lot of us are not mindful. Most of us are working on auto mode. We do everything automatically. There's no mindfulness. There's no thought behind it. There's no awareness behind it. And becoming aware or conscious of the mind is important because number one, it makes you aware that you're not the mind. Even though the mind is always present, you're not the mind because the mind cannot exist without you, meaning that if you're not present, if you're not present, the mind cannot exist. So think of the real you as a screen in which the mind can operate. Without that screen, the mind can operate. Okay, so how does that help you with the cravings? Well, if you have a craving and you understand that the mind is not you, now you can make a distinction. You can step away from the mind. Okay, you can tell the mind that it's not in control. Whereas if you didn't know this distinction, the mind was controlled because you believe you're the mind. But you're not the body, you're not the mind. That's very clear. There are many simple experiments you can make to witness that, for instance. Okay, but in this example here, I want you to understand this. So if you take this understanding that you're not the mind, and therefore mind can't control you, therefore mind doesn't have to dictate you. Whenever you have an idea or thought of a craving, you can simply place an X over that craving or that thought. You can put an X, literally an X over the thought. So the thought comes to you that I need to have a pizza. Well, consciously, mentally put an X over it. It's not true. It's a thought. It's not real. It's only real when you take that thought and apply action to it. But if you understand the thought is just a thought, it doesn't exist. You can't grab it, you can't hold it. It's just there. It's there. You can put a mental X over it. That thought becomes powerless. Try it and see. Try it several times, and you'll notice that the thought gets weaker and weaker because now you're conscious of the thought. You're conscious of the mind. The mind is no longer running you, and you are in control.